Twinkle's sparkly mission to save Bouncy in a twinkling sky far above the world, where the moon glowed like a big silver ball and stars danced like fireflies, lived a tiny star named Twinkle. She was the smallest star in the sky, so small that the bigger stars sometimes didn't see her light. But Twinkle had a huge heart and a giant dream. She wanted to shine brighter than anyone and help someone on Earth. Every night, she looked down at the world below, where children played, animals scampered, and houses glowed with cozy lights. "I want to make someone happy," Twinkle whispered, her light flickering with hope. One frosty night, when the sky was clear and the stars sparkled brightly, Twinkle heard a sad voice from Earth. It was a girl named Emma, sitting by her window, saying, "My rabbit, Bouncy, is lost. I wish I could find him." Twinkle's heart glowed like a warm candle. "This is my chance," she thought. But how could a tiny star help a girl so far away? She decided to be brave and go on a grand adventure. Twinkle took a deep breath, wished for courage, and leaped from the sky, falling like a glittery snowflake. Down she went, past fluffy clouds, chirping birds, and glowing streetlights, until she landed softly in Emma's backyard. The world was so big and new. Tall trees swayed, flowers bobbed in the breeze, and crickets sang loud songs. Twinkle felt a bit scared, but she thought of Emma's sad voice and puffed up her light. "I can do this," she said, and she began her search for Bouncy. First, she floated to the garden, where tulips and daisies stood in neat rows. "Have you seen a rabbit named Bouncy?" she asked, her light dancing on their petals. The flowers shook their heads. "No, but try the old maple tree. The owl there is very wise," they said. Twinkle zoomed to the maple tree, where a big owl blinked his shiny eyes. "A rabbit," hooted the owl. "Check the meadow by the stream. Rabbits love to hop there." Twinkle thanked the owl and hurried to the meadow, her light glowing like a tiny lantern. At the stream, she saw ripples in the water and heard a soft thump. There, behind a patch of tall grass, was Bouncy, a fluffy rabbit with snowy fur and a twitching nose. "Bouncy!" Twinkle cheered, shining so brightly that Bouncy wiggled his ears. But Bouncy was stuck in a muddy hole, and Twinkle was too small to pull him out. "Don't worry," she told Bouncy. "I'll get Emma." She raced back to Emma's house, her light flashing like a firefly. Emma was still at her window, her eyes wet with tears. Twinkle danced in front of her, twinkling as brightly as she could. Emma gasped, "A star! Are you here for Bouncy?" Twinkle bobbed up and down, leading Emma outside. She guided her through the dark garden, past the maple tree, and across the meadow to the stream. Bouncy thumped his foot when he saw Emma, and Emma ran to him, gently lifting him from the mud and hugging him close. "Bouncy, you're safe." Emma laughed as Bouncy snuggled her. "Thank you, little star," Emma said, her smile brighter than the moon. Twinkle felt warm and proud, but she wanted to make sure Emma and Bouncy got home safely. She floated above them, lighting their path like a tiny street lamp. On the way, a curious hedgehog poked out from a bush. "Who are you, shiny star?" it asked. "I'm Twinkle, and I'm helping my friends," she replied, glowing happily. The hedgehog wiggled its nose and scurried off to tell its friends. A friendly frog by the stream croaked, "You're so kind, star. Come back soon." Twinkle giggled and promised she would. When Emma and Bouncy reached home, Emma's dad ran out, his eyes wide with joy. "Emma, you've found Bouncy," he said, hugging them both. Emma whispered, "The star helped me." Twinkle's light grew stronger, and she knew it was time to return to the sky. She floated up, past the clouds and back to her place among the stars. The other stars cheered, "Twinkle, you're so brave." Even the biggest stars noticed her now, and they twinkled with pride. From that night on, Twinkle shone brighter than ever, her light bold and beautiful. Every evening, Emma looked up at her, waving from her window, and Bouncy twitched his nose happily. Twinkle learned that even the smallest star could do big things, and she twinkled with joy, knowing she had friends on Earth who loved her. Sometimes, when the night was quiet, Twinkle whispered to the sky, "I'll always shine for you," and her light sparkled like a promise, filling the world with hope.